be okay. Although things feel incomplete right now, feels like there should be more peace, maybe a bit more happiness. It'll all be okay. In fact, I think the circumstances that we experience in this moment, it's better off. Because in this day and age right now, if we had all the abundance and all the riches, the fame or whatever, and all the eyes on you, you would feel like you're bigger than the world. And whether or not that's true is up for interpretation, but the fact of the matter is, the individuals that are on the top right now who are exploiting people to get to the top, they won't have a life to cherish anyways. So be grateful that you have a life to cherish. Be grateful for the life that you have. Although it may not be perfect, everybody is experiencing their own pitfalls and issues, which is why people exploit others, because people are exploited, which makes that whole cycle a norm, a human norm that we accept now in our society. Instead of trying to do things the right way, instead of trying to do things the genuine way, because the genuine path, the honest path, you don't get all of that stuff half the time. It takes a lot more effort and work to do things righteously versus doing things half-heartedly. It takes a lot more development and evolution. Whereas the other options, you most of the time just get things handed to you, because other people are doing the work for it. But I say all that to say, the individuals who are moving quickly right now are going to come to an abrupt roadblock. And I would say, like, I have been moving very quickly my entire life. Well, say after 17. Because I was always of the mindset that I needed to be the person that saved my family from the issues they experienced. For my family specifically, a lot of it is mental issues and, physical as well, diabetes and all that stuff. But a lot of things that aren't fixable, that aren't curable beyond what our understanding is. So I learned that you need to make do with what you have and be happy with the existence in the present moment that you're experiencing right now. And then God will bless you with new every day, because that's what He does. That's what God does. Remove the gender and all the other stuff. That's what evolution is. That's what existence is supposed to be, consistent evolution. Right now we're stuck in place. Oddly enough, we're like moving so quickly and doing so many things and starting so many conversations and issues, and yet we are still stagnant. And I don't know why I feel so heavy. I don't know why I feel so stressed. I know why personally, because I haven't been the righteous person that I'm trying to preach inside these videos. I haven't consistently been that on a day-to-day basis. So I get a humanly guilt. I get a wicked guilt of sadness and contempt for myself and fear that I'm gonna mess up again. And then, this cycle continues. And then you'll keep digging that hole deeper and deeper until it's gonna be very hard for you to get out. But the only person that can get you out is Christ. Christ is the only person who will get you out. Christ is God in the flesh, and His morals, His righteousness, things that you can follow, you need to apply to your life. And you need to go on that journey yourself and find it for yourself. But nonetheless, I feel heavy despite the fact that I have done all the things that I wanted to do, and I'm not where I was before. And despite that heaviness, or because of that heaviness rather, I feel moved to have to like talk about these certain things, to get it off my conscience and off my chest, but also to potentially connect with somebody else who's experiencing the same thing. Because it doesn't make sense. Like, I should be happy, I should be glad, you know, I should be rejoicing in the fact that I've made it this far. But I still feel like there's so much more to do. And, you know, the story isn't over, you know. I think in college, my mindset was always like, the story is unknown after these 4 years. So it's like anything can happen. And life transpires, and anything has happened. Like, not everything has happened yet, but like, life, you feel me? Life is life. So it's like, it's exactly what, you know, you would expect. But after those structured 4 years, there is no knowledge of what that would look like. So it's really just giving it to Christ and hoping and praying that it'll transpire the way it needs to transpire. But it's all gonna be okay. Because once you get past all of the mental noise and the outer noise with the external world that we experience, and you sit in the spirit, and you sit in the silence, and you appreciate your solitude when you have it, and you're positive when you need to be positive, and you're optimistic when you need to be optimistic, and your negativity flows away, because we're all going to be naturally negative. That's the world that we exist in right now. I don't know what's gonna happen at all. All I know is that I have faith that it'll all be okay, because it is. It's currently okay, despite all the things that we've experienced in the past. And whether you like it or not, we are our ancestors' most wildest dreams, the things that they wanted for their life but couldn't attain in their lifetime. Those dreams, those desires, those things that they wanted, freedom, we have that now. We just get locked in a spiritual prison, and you gotta break out of it. Especially if you're in America. I don't know what it's like in the other countries, but I bet it's something deathly similar or even worse than what we experience in this country. So all we need to do, not all we need to do because it's a whole process within itself, but is break out of that spiritual prison, because we are free physically. We have what we need to do the things that we want to do in our lifetime. Compared to how our ancestors were experiencing it, we have that. Figure it out.